Hi, this is Juicy Fruit here, and I just wanted to give you a small overview of Path of Exile. It's a game that's going to be released on the 23rd of January. So from the day I'm filming, it's going to be 5 days until the final card is going to be wiped, and I just wanted to give you a small overview of what the game is about. As you can see here, you have 5 classes to choose from. And I haven't played all of them, so I'm not completely sure of exactly what is OP and what is needs tuning. So I'll be starting off with a simple walkthrough, exactly showing how the gameplay works, how the combat operates, and just basically maybe some similarities with Diablo. I'll show you just a small overview of the witch. We'll just come up with a random name. Awesome 2-3.
Now I'm banished to Ray class.
Oh.
Heard the dark rumors, seen the terror in the other exiles' eyes. But
Can accept numbers.
one man's
Which is basically a mage class within the game. And you are washed ashore. We can see that straight away that the graphics are quite good. I think they're quite good considering this is going to be a free game. Just basic click to move action. You can see here the first quest. I don't really want to read through all of it. Our first mob. Oh my god. I didn't pick my wand, did I not? Yes, I didn't. What a fail. And one of the main difference between this game is that you get spells from gems. You can see here we picked up a gem. We can check the inventory here with the firebolt, and items have sockets in which you place the gems to get those abilities, which is very different from Diablo. You can see we got a firebolt, unleashes a burning ball of fire towards the target, which explodes, damaging nearby foes. So you can see the spell appears here. The 3 key bindings we have is left, right, and the middle mouse buttons. At the moment I have the firebolt on the right button, and we'll just kill some mobs. Let's see here, they die quite easily. My health is going down. One of the nice features is also that you get small life flasks that regenerate over time. I think each flask currently has 40 charges, but you can reuse it, I don't know, twice. There is no cooldown on how many times you can reuse it, as long as there is mana or health within the flasks, so you can't spam it. You can see here's an item. One of the differences about the game is the way the items work. It's mainly you can upgrade the items. You just basically you can make a item like this, which is Blade Vest, into a magical item. Also, you can upgrade it various ways, which I'll show you a bit later, which is quite different from other games, which I quite like as well, I must say. Don't have the bonus key binding, well I do. Let's see, we'll kill this crab, whatever that was. We can. One of the nice things about it as well is the skill tree. As you can see here, I'm here. This is my skill tree, and this is how many points you can spec into. Of course, you have to follow a linear pattern. You can see here I can get 10% increased spell damage, 40% increased mana regeneration rate, and you can keep following these paths to get nice features like the Lord of the Dead. Increase maximum life of minions. I didn't even know you can have minions. 30% to intelligence. And you can follow these trees as well into where am I gone? It's so complicated. You can follow this tree into the warrior tree, into barbarian tree, I think. It's quite amazing. That's very different from any other games. Kill some more. It's quite. Picked up a small mana flask. and I'll show you some of the more gameplay with my high level witch. Skipped in time, and my witch is level 6, which is not very high, but you can have a better overview of exactly what kind of items and how items work. I can see here we have the 3 gems. The blue gem fits into the blue slot, obviously, and you can improve the weapons. You can see that my Squire's Dirtwood wand is blue. We can also see that these scrolls of wisdom is currency. There's no gold in the game. Scrolls of wisdom is the main currency. Items are the currency. You can use scroll of wisdom to, which basically is used to identify an item. So therefore, every time you pick up an item, and if you identify it, that technically is purchasing an item, because you can, let's say, go to the vendors. We'll go to the vendor here. We'll purchase the item, and some of these will cost scroll of wisdom. 1 scroll of wisdom here, 7 portal scrolls, 3 scrolls of wisdom for a portal scroll. You can see here that's 1 scroll of wisdom as well. So scroll of wisdom is the gold. We can also see there's plenty of other items that you can get. I don't have a very good gear at the moment. I do have some improved flasks that do give you something really, some cool additional features. 25 additional elemental resistance during the flask effect, so the flask can become quite handy. I'll just highlight some of the different abilities. The game is can be quite complicated based on the item selection. At first I was, well, I'm still quite new to this, but it does require quite a bit of investment into discovering what items to use and what not to use. I'm just spamming fireball here. I do have a middle mouse button, and I do have this kind of AoE that I can use, and they freeze, and as well as this, they freeze within that area. My favorite is the mouse button, middle button. You can see here, you can just spam it. If you can notice, this white shield that's around your health bar is exactly what I said, is a shield that you can build up with better items. You can see here I'm quite spamming a lot the same thing. We'll freeze them. Whoa. Just to get a taste for some of the gameplay. It's quite nice. I'm not a huge fan of the terrain. I don't feel it's great, but I mean, for a free game, and as well as the map, like, oh my god, this is the map. This is the terrain that I can't cross. It's very, very basic. It's quite annoying, to be honest. I really wish they did a better job. I mean, this is in beta stages, so it will hopefully get fixed. But that's what I wanted to show you, just how you get the shield. As you can see here, I have energy shield plus 11, and quite a lot of my items have energy shield, so I try to stack that. I'm not quite sure what is the best way of stacking which, going shield or trying evasion. But I mean, it's quite nice that you have the option of trying to discover all of these things by yourself, and there is quite a big player base. The game can be quite difficult as well, which I think it's always nice. I think there is the highest level is level 100, and it's supposed to be very difficult to reach, close to impossible. And as well as the spells that you get with spells or gems. You can see this little mini boss. Let's do some firebolts. Fire against fire. There you can see the items wand. These aren't magical, so the inventory is quite small, so it's one of the bad aspects, as you have to rearrange the items in order for them to fit. It doesn't automatically rearrange themselves. As well as you can't shift click items to put them into your bank, your stash. So therefore it can be quite annoying. But about the gems, so I played several different classes, and several of the same gems have dropped for me, not depending on the class that I was playing. I actually have this spell on my, I can't remember, on my other character. It's quite interesting. I want to see how they're going to actually manage the different spells, and how are they going to make sure that one or other class becomes overpowered or underpowered. I'm not completely sure how much support they are providing, but I've heard that the devs, the developers, are in contact with a lot of the gamers, a lot of the Twitch streamers, just asking for their advice of how to improve the game. There are a lot of improvements that you can do. For example, I don't exactly like how the combat sometimes works. As you can see, I'm standing here, it's not attacking. It's just the AI sometimes is not great. But it's not that big of an issue. Well, I don't feel it's that big of an issue. Just spam some of my spells. Just see the beautiful graphics. The game is quite interesting, and I can see myself playing a lot over the next couple of weeks. The game is growing quite fast, and I think it could be as popular as Diablo, possibly. Maybe not as popular, considering this is developed by an indie team, indie developers. It's quite an achievement, and I would recommend getting the game, which will be released in January 23rd. Pretty sure it'll be free, so why not? And of course, if you like this little overview of the game, feel free to subscribe, leave a message, follow me on Twitter, anything of those.